Hey y'all. All right, so I am so excited to be able to introduce to y'all Miss Tara Truax. I know many of y'all love her and know her very well, and others might be new and have never met her. So I am going to introduce her, but she is on the advisory council here at Key Sciences. She's an Emerald Ambassador. She is one of my dear friends and also personal mentors. She has just completely helped me turn my business around, poured so much belief into me and to my team when I didn't have it and I was so down, and she has just built me back up. She's helped me with my mindset and she's helped so many others. She is now a published author, which is absolutely phenomenal. How incredible. Her book is being released tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow. So I am so excited to be able to read it because y'all know that she always just brings such great words of wisdom. She is a mama of three. They live up in New Jersey and just a dear friend of mine. And I'm super excited for her to pour into us and light our fires back up to where we can explode our businesses in this fourth quarter. So Tara, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. And thank you for the plug for the book. If anyone wants to help, you guys help us become so that I earn the #1 best-selling author title, you're welcome to help with book launch day tomorrow. So you guys, if you saw my live, you can just go to my website, thebodywisedancer.com, and put your info there. And if whoever helps with book launch day, our book, we have our cover book, you'll get this, which is a great gift, but then you'll get a signed copy that has my cover on it that I'll mail to you signed for helping. And so I really appreciate you guys helping that. It is our financial story. It is our financial story here at Q Sciences and what we've been able to do, and truly the mindset around money and abundance. And a big part of being able to create the business of our dreams is to be open to receiving and to receive like limitlessly. So that is a big part of business. It is a big part of growing in this business. And what it actually kind of stems into what I want to talk about tonight. So what I want to talk about tonight is, if you don't mind, there's a bunch of you on this call right now, and some of you may have just heard because I was like literally off my rocker and talking. I don't even know what I was talking about because people are quoting all kinds of weird quotes from what I just said. But your biggest hurdle right now that you feel in your business, or things coming out of the summer that you feel are really blocking you, if you wouldn't mind dropping those in the comments. I kind of want to work through some of this stuff with you guys tonight. And I find it is a little bit more catered to you guys when it's very specific parts of the group, because if it's for one of us, it's for all of us. And if one person is feeling a certain way, as many of you just saw on the last call, so we're a lot of us. And I find with my accountability group, this very, very similar. I know Katie Steinbecker had something happen this last week, and when we asked who else was feeling the same way, it was every other person. So I really want to work through very catering to you guys to help inspire you that you're not alone, and two, that the things that happen to us are not happening to us, they're happening for us. So how we can then take inspired action to use that to motivate and generate income into our business, and then to also move into momentum with what's happening in the company, right? So, oops, now it's all coming in at one time. So serving everyone else before my business. Okay, this is a perfect place to start. So I want you guys to think of, you guys just probably heard me talk about running around town planting seeds, right? But I want you guys to think about a table. And on that table is a glass vase. Now there's dirt all over the table, and under the dirt are seeds. In that glass vase, there is water filled right to the top, but it's not overflowing. Now you can either break the vase and water the seeds once and never water them again, or you can wait, and you can wait for the rain to come so that the water starts to overflow, and the water continues to overflow, and water the seeds continuously so that those seeds continue to be watered and they turn into a beautiful garden. You are the vase. If you are serving everyone else before your business is a direct reflection of you and your vision and what you came to Q Sciences to do in the first place, for what you want to do in the four walls of your house. You all had a bigger vision. I don't care if you came here because you're like, I just need to get out of debt. Well, you want to get out of debt for some reason. You want to get out of debt because you want to protect your family, because you want to have investments in the future, because you dream bigger for your family, because you want something to create something different in your life. It's not the debt. It's what the debt holds you back from creating. It's not just, I just need a secondary stream of income. You need a secondary, I cannot speak tonight, a secondary stream of income to fuel something, some vision, some part of your family, some way you want to feel, some way you want to show up. That is what that funds for you. It's not the what, it's the why. So by serving everyone else before your business, you're not showing up for yourself. You're breaking your vase, you're watering your plants once, and then you're wondering why you cannot harvest. Because you're not a container. Remember what I said, my story is about being willing to receive. When we can fully receive ourselves, we can fill our cup so much we overflow to others. When we overflow to others continuously, we continue to water those plants. When we continue to water those plants, they continue to grow and we can harvest. You don't cut the tree down. You also don't harvest a plant the day it's planted, or harvest the fruit the day the plant's planted. So if you're not serving yourself and your business first, if you're not blocking out that time for you, for your spiritual self, for your personal self, to be you and to show up in your business, even if it's 30 minutes, if you're not doing that, then you're literally pulling food off the table for your family. It's a choice. You're making that choice. You're just not consciously making that choice. See, if I help them though, but if I help them, then I'll feel worthy. Or if I help them, then I'll feel valuable. If I help them, you guys, you cannot be a tree and be picked completely clean and expect to have seeds to be planted again. It doesn't work that way. You have to do you first. Yourself getting in the way. Well, I don't know what to tell you, but you are the only thing in the way of your success. Just to be completely blatantly honest, every single one of you is the only one blocking your success. There is nobody out there that is blocking the success for you. God is not saying, oh, I'm sorry, this person gets money and this person doesn't. It does not work that way. It's you putting a lid on your vase and saying, whoop, nope, no water coming in for me. Nope, I'm not worthy of water. Nope, not for me. You put a lid on it. You're the one who pulls your pants on every day. You're the one who puts your shoes on and ties them. It's you. So where are you going when you go for your walk? Are you setting intention? Are you setting purpose? Do you schedule out your day? There's power hours, so many scheduled, you guys. There are so many power hours scheduled right now. We have them all posted in the movement. We have so many available to you guys. I know Katie has extra ones for you guys. There is so much to tap into. Do you schedule those through your day? And if you can't be on them live, do you get on one live, know what that activity is, and then schedule that activity for the next day so you know what you're doing? Do you plan your day? Because you are the only person that is there when you're born, and you're the only person there when you die. I don't mean to be morbid, but it's absolutely true. It's who we affect and how we show up in between the two that makes our life. So you are the person that is in your way. Yes. So you need to get out of it. Go to where you want to go. Create the life you want to create. There is no excuse except the one you give. So what's your excuse in your business? It has nothing to do with anyone else, guys. And like many of you just heard me say before, we all have limiting beliefs. We have them that show up every single day. I literally just had another one show up today. I felt it on my chest. If you saw my stories, you saw, I sat and wrote a release letter this morning. If you're brand new and you don't know any of that, you guys, in the team page, those recordings, they're there for you. But your beliefs, your limitations on your life cannot be the excuse that blocks you from creating your dreams. The reason your dreams are not showing up is because you're not willing to walk the walk. You're not willing to go there. So why are you not? Your family is counting on you to do that. Your family is counting on you to feed them, just like what I said to Katie. Revisiting past prospects, gearing up for the new launches after taking a long break from summer traveling. This is really important. Revisiting is great. We cannot wake the dead. Rolling an alarm clock through a cemetery and expecting to wake the dead is completely nuts. But our prospects from the past that maybe we fell off, you don't suddenly want to jump in and be like, oh, I'm working again. But we do want to cater to them and cycle through and, hey, we haven't talked in a long time. You were really interested in this before. What's going on in your life? How are things going with the kids back? You had a lot of stress before. How are you handling it now? See, we're asking the questions. We're starting to show people we care about them, not that suddenly we're working our business again. Once we start doing that, you start to build trust with people. See, people want to see you show up consistently. Some people don't believe. Some people have seen you come and go and do things so much, and they're, oh, she's on to another thing. Oh, she's on to another thing. Oh, she's on to another thing. And you're not consistent because you're not consistently in the boat. You're not consistently planting the seeds. You're not consistently showing up. And because of that, people know you're not. So how can you show them that you're consistent? As we go through different seasons of our life, as different things happen, how will we show up? You still brush your teeth every day. You still get up. You still take a shower at least once a week. I hope most of you do anyway. You still do the things. So how is Q Science part of the things you do daily, and how do you schedule that in? So being new, the fear of failure is huge. All right, you guys, raise your hand if you're on this call and you have failed at something before. Woo! Not the only failure here. I don't mean to be rude, but we've all failures, all of us. Guess what? We're all successful too. You know why? Because we're here. Because we're survivors. Because we've gone through a lot. Because we've fallen down, we've gotten back up, we've made adjustments. I literally call every single failure wisdom. You have to take the things that you have failed at and reassess it and use it as information to grow. Because if you were born, if you were who you were when you were born and you were already becoming that, what would be the point of your life in the first place? You guys, if I gave you all the food that you would ever eat in your life right now and said, here you go, that's all the food you're ever going to eat, would you even eat it? You want to know the journey. You want to know that everything's going to be okay. You want to know the outcome before it even happens, but that's not the point of life. It's not even the point. The whole point of this is the journey. You all want the paycheck before you've even done the work. You all want the proof before you've even shown up in it. It doesn't work that way, but I'm going to show you that it works that way because you're all here. So it's all proof that you can do hard things, you can get through hard things, you can go through hard things, and you can survive. So now make the choice and do it in your business. Are people going to tell you no? Yes. Are you going to go through really hard times with relationships? Yes. As you move up the ladder, are you going to have to face giant fears? Yes. Public speaking was a massive issue for me. Jake Spencer thinks it's hysterical because he pushed me so hard. Yet because he pushed me so hard, I was not going to fail. I challenged myself to step into those skills. So where are you going to challenge yourself to step into the skills to just do the thing? 2 years ago, when he pushed me to get on stage in Orlando in front of 1,000 people, and I never spoke in my entire life, I didn't die and I didn't pee my pants. I won twice, right there. So are you taking those wins? Are you showing up in them? Are you growing in them? Do the simple things. Don't worry about the outcome, because the outcome, it's really, guys, I don't want to be morbid, but we're all going to die. So what are you going to become in between? That's up to you. You get to create that. Guess how many times I've fallen down? Most of you guys know this. I'm a retired professional dancer. Do you know how many times I've eaten it on stage? Way more times than I would like to tell you. Way, way more times. Like eaten it so bad, like really, really bad. Like so bad you can't even cover it up with a dance move bad. Like that bad. Can't do anything about it. Here, if you fail publicly, you guys, most of you, there's really not a whole lot of you that are going to fail publicly. I could get on stage in front of 4,000, people next Friday or next Saturday and completely bomb and fail publicly. And you would still, I would be here the next day. Please pray, don't do that. Let's just say that. Okay. Getting started. Guys, we have very, very, very simple systems in place. It is within, if you did not see the back to basics call that we just did, the second it's recorded, go watch it. It is the simple action steps within step 2 of your launch document. That is all it is. It is getting launched. It is getting goal set. It is having those launch events. It is following up. It is doing those 3-way messages. It is the ask activity. Talking to people, doing the simple action steps with asktivity, where you're building conversations and you're being real and normal and true to you based on what you want to create in your life. You guys, some of you guys want to make a couple $100s a month, and some of you guys want to make a couple million. That asktivity looks completely different depending on your need. But you can't compare what you desire to what somebody else desires, because it looks different for different families. And that action actually looks different as well. So be brave enough to dream, but then be wise enough to take the action to create that dream. You can't have a massive dream and then sit on your butt and expect it to happen for you. The world doesn't happen for you. It doesn't happen to you. I shouldn't say that. The world doesn't happen to you. It happens for you. So what is happening around you is the opportunity for you to step in and take that action. And it all goes within step 2 of your launch document. So we want to keep it very simple. If you are in paralysis, if you are in overwhelm, you've gotten away from the basics, and we need to get back to the basics. Everybody, if you're not seeing the growth you want in your business, you need to get back to the basics. And it's simple activity, piquing interest, getting on an opportunity call, directly into a 3-way message. So you're using third-party validation to help close into your business to qualify into a customer ambassador, and that's it, and relaunching into that cycle over and over and over. Anything else you're overthinking, period. I'm helping on everyone around me but me, and now I feel drowned. This is what I needed to hear. Thank you, Nikki, for sharing that, because it's exactly what I said. You must fill your vase. You must overflow to others. And you guys, taking care of you, the vehicle that drives your business, the vehicle that drives your life. Do you know that if your life were to go away tomorrow, yes, people would be sad. Yes, they'd mourn you for a few minutes. I don't mean to be rude, but this is absolutely true, but they would move on. Your family would grieve and they would miss you. There would be a handful of people that miss you, but they would move on. No one in there is going to be like, oh, well, I asked her for too many things and she showed up too much and she gave herself away so much that she made herself sick. They're not going to do that. You have to do that. You have to do that for you. And you have to take the inspired action on your heart that has that vision of why you came to Q Sciences in the first place. So you guys, why did you come here? What is the point? And if you're saying, oh no, what's the point? That we need to really have a talk of why you came here in the first place. Because it has to be bigger than you. We will quit on ourselves every single day of the week. That's what so many of you have already done. You've quit on yourselves because you've given it all away for everyone else. Therefore, it does have to be bigger than you. Therefore, that you won't quit. You won't quit on you. You'll show up no matter what. So that just showing up in the daily activity by doing it every single day, it's like getting to the gym every single day. It's the getting there that's the hard part. But once you're there, you're not just going to sit there and not work out. You're there, so might as well do the thing. That's what you have to do. You just have to do the thing. But once you stop and you give yourself an excuse not to drive to the gym, you're not going to go. You're not going to work out. You're not going to do the thing. And that's what you're doing in your business. It's in your head. Tell your head to shush it and get into action, because the vision of your life that you want to create 5 years from now is bigger than any excuse you've ever had. Dr. Seth just said a really good thing. He's not a chit chat person. So learning to ask questions. You know what? I hate small talk. Hate it with a passion, you guys. Like asking people about the weather and like, I'm like, I don't want to ask you about, I don't care. I don't care. And so people think it's super weird that I'll like walk up to some stranger and ask them some really deep question, or I'm at the grocery store and somebody's telling me their life story within 2 seconds. And I don't know why people do that, by the way, because I just sit there and I'm quiet. I don't even say anything. There's value to that. You don't have to be superficial. You don't have to chit chat. Doctor said, you're a chiropractor. You probably do have to chit chat with people, which that sucks. Sorry. But because I don't envy you. But with that being said, you guys, with that being said, you can simply say, hey, you just be who you are. Like people don't want to go deep with me. Okay, don't be my friend. I don't care. Be who you are, because there's room for all of us. But asking people questions is really where the value comes and people open up. And I don't ask them about the weather. I ask them what they dream about. I ask them what keeps them up at night. I ask them how something makes them feel. Because there's a lot that people will share with you when they open up in that way. Okay? Are you going to have people quit? Yes. Katie.
No, you were going on and on about like, are people gonna say no? Yes. I was just saying that in response to what you were saying.
I know. So what happens when someone quits?
You just bless and release and move on and continue. You just keep on recruiting. You continue. Don't ever stop recruiting, because then when people quit, you're like, I hate it. But you know what? It wasn't the right fit for them, and it's easier for you to accept it. And because you have other people to take care of and to help them grow their business. That took me a long time.
Exactly.
That's a long time. But
that's why I unmute.
I've got it.
So why did it take so long?
I mean, because I had so many like limiting beliefs about myself and what people thought, and are people quitting because of me, or did I do something wrong, or me, but I was not making it about them. And that's the whole thing. I wasn't making it about them. It was, oh my gosh, I have to make this number, or I have to hit this rank, or I have to do this. And I had the same exact conversation with somebody today. One of her girls that we thought was going to be amazing just said, you know what, I don't think I can do this anymore. And I said the same exact thing I'm saying right now. And I'm going to tell y'all this too. Like, it took me a while to get this, but y'all, God already knows who is going to be on your team. He already has it, each individual person handpicked and selected, and who's going to be with you for the long haul and who's not. So if you put your faith and trust in him, I'm not saying he's going to just like place everybody in your lap. You have to go out and do it, right? You have to go plant the seeds and water and all the things she was talking about in the beginning. But knowing when people tell you no, it wasn't their time. It wasn't the right fit, right? God didn't have them lined up to be on your team, or if they drop off, it wasn't meant to be. And so now when that does happen, it's so much easier for me to accept, but also because I am now making it about them. How can I help them and be in service of them and add value to them, instead of, oh gosh, I have to hit this rank and I have to do this, that, and the other. Right? When you have that servant heart and you really put it forward, then things won't bother you. And you're just trying to go find even more people to be able to help and add value to.
And you guys, do you know, I've been here long enough. I've seen people quit that have made $500,000 in Q Sciences. Well, I've seen people quit that have made $250,000 in less than 2 years in Q Sciences. We all like to make that much money in Q Sciences in that time. I've seen people quit the industry, go to different companies. Do you know why? Every single time, it's them. It's their lack of responsibility for their finances. It's their lack of responsibility for showing up in their business. Now, they blame other people, and this is something I want you to get very clear on as we set up to move into next week. The second you blame anyone, someone you recruited, a customer, an upline, a downline, a sideline, a team member, a comp plan, a company, the second you blame anyone for anything, you take away your own power. It does not matter who or what you blame. You disempower yourself. It doesn't matter any external circumstance there possibly is. Ever. Empower yourself to step into your power and create the life you desire, the business you desire, the person, and you get to decide if you're going to be happy or sad. The same thing can happen to 10 people, and every single person is going to have a different perspective of the exact same thing because it's their choice of how they're going to see it. The world doesn't happen to you, it's happening for you. So what are you going to reach out and receive? Instead of blame, what are you going to take as the fuel to your fire to show up as? So that's what I want to tell you right now. Moving out of the summer, some of you are super frustrated. Some of you have had people quit. Guess what? I've had more people quit in my entire team than all of you together. Guarantee it, hands down. I have had people quit that I have poured more money, more funding, more finances, more placement. They would blow your mind. And guess who got blamed? Me. It was my fault they quit because I didn't do enough of something else. We will never be something that somebody else wants outside of themselves because it all comes within. That's why if you empower yourself, you will attract other people who are willing to lead themselves. See, leaders lead themselves wherever they go, you guys. It is not your responsibility to make someone a leader. It is not your responsibility to make someone a paycheck. You can lead a horse to water, but you will never force them to drink. Also, you will never, even a leader that has made a ton of money in a different company, you still cannot force them to take what's in their hands if they're not willing to receive it. That is your personal power. So take what you have. Don't waste a single minute. Get into action. Get as many people on that VIP Google document as possible. Those text messages are going to start going out on Friday to get people excited with those before and afters as we move into the launch next weekend. I don't care what it takes, but I want you to at least say, I did everything with my whole heart as I am, not pretending to be someone else, but showed up to create the life of my dreams for my family. And it may not have shown up in my time, but it will show up in God's time. And I will tell you that. Remember, if I gave you all the food for your whole life, you wouldn't want it right now. So remember, that is planned out for the rest of your life. It's about your journey. It's about what you're experiencing. That's weird. It's about what you're experiencing as you create it. This business has got to bring you joy. And if it's not bringing you joy, why not? Because that's reflecting back into you. It's not something outside of you. You can't blame anything. It is 100% in you. So take that action, get back to the basics, get into that simple system, have that VIP list ready to go, be present, be at convention, I don't even care. Literally, I don't care if you're videoing or taking pictures or any of the things. All I care about is you are there and present and you're taking notes and you're filling your cup. I literally don't care. I don't care what you take back to your teams. I don't care. What I care about is you're there for you. You're there for your business. You're there for your prospects. You're there to fuel yourself up so that after convention, you're so full that you build event to event to event. So my last challenge to you, which is going to get you ahead of the game when you see my challenge at convention for everyone, plan an in-person event for after convention. Do it now. Get it on your schedule now. You'll be happy that you have that on your schedule now, FYI. Just do it. Okay. I don't know what else. Katie, do you have, Kelly, what the heck? Katie, do you have, I swear I can't talk anymore. My face hurts. You guys, I seriously, my face hurts. Katie, is there anything else I missed or you want me to cover tonight?
No, y'all, I hope that everything you've heard, take it to heart. I'm just telling you guys, I mean, Tara, how long was it until I finally got it? Like, she has been helping me ever since I joined. And she would tell me all the things and tell me all the things and tell me all the things. And I was not coachable. I was not doing all the things. I was picking and choosing what I wanted to do, but not doing all of it. And it was like, I mean, it wasn't until this past November, y'all, that I finally had like this aha. And that is what completely changed my business. I mean, I even had written a 5-year vision, like almost a year prior to that, but it really wasn't deep. I didn't really allow myself to go there. I didn't allow myself to dream big and all of the things, but it wasn't until I released all of the limiting beliefs, I got out of my own way, I started showing up for myself and my business every day, started being coachable and listening to every single thing that she told me, not just some of the stuff. And was some of it hard? Yeah. And did a lot of it push me out of my comfort zone? Yeah. And did I want to cuss her sometimes? 1000%. But it has made it completely worth it. So this is being recorded. Go back and listen to it again. Go to my YouTube channel. She has done a couple actually of videos for me and trainings for our team on how to release those limiting beliefs. I need to do it right now. Again, I feel like I need to always do it, honestly, like daily. But there are things that are holding us back, y'all. And just like she said, if you're not showing up, then yeah, I mean, it's taking away from your family. And that honestly just hit me in the gut again, because I am letting a lot of outside noise right now, like, hinder me. Not in my business, just like I'm occupied with a lot of other stuff. And I'm not showing up to my fullest potential like I should be. And that's not only hurting my team and all of y'all who rely on me and need me to show up, but also my family, big time. So that was a big gut punch when she said that just a minute ago. So anybody have any questions?
I just want to acknowledge you for being so honest, because that was not an easy thing to admit. But I would have called you out on it because I was thinking about it earlier.
Wait, what wasn't easy to admit?
Have people in your life that you can feel safe to call you out on things. And if you don't have those friends yet, start to build them. Convention is the time. When you guys are at like the VIP dessert reception, don't like, or even at lunch, or start building relationships with people, not just as accountability partners, but to call you out on your BS. Where when you do that, you can go, oh, whoops, because that's where you can really grow. And you want those people around you as you grow. That becomes your support system. And I'll tell you, there's going to be people that quit your business, you guys, that are your friends. There's going to be people that quit your business that are your family. It doesn't change the dreams and the vision you have for why you came to Q Sciences, because they weren't in your business when you came. It has to do with your long-term vision. It has to do with who you're showing up for, whether that's your children, your spouse, how you want to show up or serve or overflow into this world, whatever that may be. It has to be clear. And if you're not dreaming, it's because your baggage of your BS is way too heavy. So go watch those videos, like Katie said, and start taking inspired action towards the future. But the only way to take inspired action towards the future is to do it now. Start now. Do it today. Right now. Do something now. Do it. Like, get off the call and message 10 people. Like, I don't care. Do something. But you got to show up.
Can I say one last thing? If you, I'm going to go back to the whole coachable thing again. If you think that you're being coachable, you have to take every single little thing that each leader is sharing on. And if you are not doing it and applying it, then you aren't. And I will be the first one to say right now, I am not being very coachable. So really look at yourself. And if you are lacking in your business or your leadership or recruiting or whatever it may be, like, take that look in the mirror and say, am I showing up? Am I being coachable and showing up as that best version of myself?
That's that personal momentum. And I'll be training on that in Q News on Thursday. But also, you guys, if you're not in the Q Fit page and you haven't seen the personal momentum posts, literally, they're very, very, very inspiring, because as we take that momentum in ourselves now, that overflows to others. So it does go to that self-care. It does go to showing up. And it's really incredible that Katie said this, because sometimes, you guys, we do want something so badly, but we're not willing to do the thing to create it. So whatever that means. Okay. All right, guys, thank you. I have like a crap ton of emails to send out here for the book, so I'm going to do that now. But if you want to help, go ahead, and I appreciate you guys. Tomorrow's going to be so fun. So thanks, Katie.
Thank you so much, Tara, for being on and taking time out of your night. I know that it was a busy night and lots of talking, but this was phenomenal. And I will get this uploaded, y'all, and put out there. But thank you again, and see everybody at convention.